Hello, everybody, and welcome back to day 22 of Artvent. Literally just 2 days until Christmas. Crazy. And fitting, considering how there's not a lot of time left. We're gonna make Christmas cards today, or in particular, like one Christmas card design, which I think in that vein, you can create a lot of different designs, and we'll be going over that just shortly. Here you can see me just preparing my color pencils. You can also do this. I've seen some people do it like with, I think it's watercolors or as well. Oh, maybe you could probably do it with whatever art materials you have. The idea is very simple. You just create, in whatever style you want. Sort of like Christmas ornaments, Christmas balls. I don't know if they're called that. But yeah, in different colors, and then you cut them out and stick them on. I did it with sticky tape, and it basically gives it like this almost like three-dimensional look. And I think you can do this with so many different things. Like you can also do like Christmas trees to create like a forest, or just one Christmas tree, and through using like sticky tape it gives it that three-dimensional look, and it's just very cute and classic. Yeah, and I guess it really depends on in which style you want to do it. Do you want to go more simple? Do you want to go more colorful? I also had like, colorful paper, but I think it's kind of like a little too much for me, or sometimes it looks almost like, I don't know. It can look cheap, and I thought maybe I'm going to try a more simple design this time around. And it looks really cute, and I'm also gonna take it with me to perhaps add it to one of the presents when I drive home for Christmas. So yeah, I think it's really cute. And you can do it, I guess you can also do it with like stars and things. I think I'm gonna do that, or with like Christmas trees. And yeah, whatever you like. You can also just simply draw or paint onto like a card as well if you feel like it. I think there's just so many possibilities. You don't have to go like full on crafts and do like crazy cutouts. Sometimes less is truly more, especially when it comes to sophistication and things like that. If you want to make it look like, like something that you would also buy, I think. Because sometimes like DIYs can look very like hodgepodge, not very great, and like who's gonna keep that. But I think this card that I made today, I'm very happy with that. I guess it's probably like the simplicity is the key. And you can like look up some designs, similarly as I think I mentioned before, like for example when you go to Christmas markets, you can see like how people perhaps do the Christmas cards, and then you can copy it for yourself. Obviously, this is just for do-it-yourself purposes, and gifting these things privately, to, like doing a business. I'm not doing a business here either. I'm not selling these cards, so I think in that sense it's fine, to get some inspiration, because it's just for you, or like for your friends or something, like as a gift. I remember I think we actually learned that in school as well, like the laws between, in like a sense of, when is it a business and when is it just, like the B2B, B2C, C2C, and if, as long as C2C, you don't have to worry about these legal things, if you're just, gifting somebody something. And I think, just to look for inspiration, perhaps, be it on the internet, of course, or Pinterest, or, just at the Christmas markets. I'm like, maybe I can do something similar, because, frankly, you're never gonna, do it exactly one-to-one, perfectly, exactly, like copy it. And so, yeah. Feel free to do whatever, you want to come up with, think is fun. And yeah, basically once you are then finished, I'm just gonna add a few more ornaments and whatever colors you have. You can also make more detailed ornaments or different shapes, of course, as I mentioned, like maybe like stars or whatever. And just through cutting these shapes out with, like, for example, I personally like the look when it sort of have like a white border around it a little bit, and then stick it down with some sticky tape. It really gives it like that dimension and that similar look to as many Christmas cards have, which I think they don't use sticky tape, but they use like these, like the white, I don't know, it's also like something sticky, like, but also kind of like foam almost, I think, like sticky foam or something. I don't know what it's called in frankly any language, but you might know what I'm talking about, like these very like thin small pieces of like sticky foam. I think they're using that. Of course, if you have this available, of course use it, but sticky tape, kind of like doubling it or folding it also works very well. You can decide, do you like stick it on fully with more pressure, or leave some space that it really like sticks out of, like giving it that dimension. And yeah, then of course very easy, just cut out the shapes. This is, I think, also a great gift idea. And I mean, you don't just have to do it you don't have to do anything, but you can also do this for like frankly anytime you want to make like a gift card, or you perhaps don't have a gift card at your disposal. Then you can do this for Easter, for a birthday, of course, for Valentine's Day, and then just change it accordingly. You could do just like a bunch of little hearts in different shades of red and pink as well. Or for like a birthday, you can create like a birthday cake, or like little presents. You can also do this for Christmas, of course, like little presents. For Easter, maybe like Easter eggs or something. So I think it's one of those things that once you realize how easy it is, and once you know how to make it look good, it's like so fun, and you also like so proud of yourself, like, wow, I feel like a little designer of some sort, or like that it can sort of like keep up with the bought ones, when you buy a Christmas card yourself. Obviously, the paper that I'm using is not phenomenal. It's just regular printing paper. Regularly for Christmas cards you have like more like thicker, or like almost like a cardboard sort of thing. But yeah, I guess this just depends on what you have at home. I think that's also my idea behind many of these videos is the idea is not to go out and buy a bunch of material just to then make the Christmas cards, because with the material cost you might as well then, unless you make 100 cards like a business, then it's not really worth it for the money, and then you might as well just buy a Christmas card, because I don't think they're that expensive anyways. So I think the true meaning and art behind this is that you do it yourself with what you have, and getting creative like that. And whatever you have at your disposal you can use. If you have just printing paper like I do, you can see like it works just as well, it looks just as good. And you can use paints, but you can also just use like I did, my leftover color pencils, because I don't have any color pencils really, like a proper set. It's just like a box with all of like the leftovers of multiple generations of colored pencils. But guess what? It works. So and then it just whatever you can find. It doesn't have to be majestic and crazy beautiful, like it isn't your business or something like that. Make your money with it. You don't spend your entire time with it. It's just for that one day. So just for Christmas or just for Easter, whatever, you shouldn't like buy insane amounts of material just for some Christmas cards. So whatever you can find is more than enough. You really don't need a lot to create these Christmas cards. Very simple technique, but I think in this modern day, this age of minimalism and aesthetics and whatever, less is, that it's not as crazy and wonderful and detailed as actually, almost like works in your favor, because if it's more simple, people tend to like it more anyways, because it comes off as more stylish. And yeah, of course, the great thing is you can write on it whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with it. Like, I think that's truly, it's obvious, you do something yourself, but, it's not just about copying it off of, the internet or off of the Christmas market, but just getting inspired and then maybe adding some little quirks that you find are sweet. And yeah, this is the finished Christmas card, and I hope that you can also craft your own little Christmas cards. Let me know if you've tried it, and yeah, until tomorrow, bye.